everybody. It is Tatum Gray. I'm here with Ricky Chabugi, and this is Guardian Voice of the Missing podcast. Ricky, how are you?
Doing all right tonight. Not
Doing
doing
all
too
right?
bad. Yeah,
Okay,
enjoying my
that's
week
good.
off from work.
I know you're lucky. You got a whole week off. Will you do me a favor?
What's
Just
that?
to let everybody know, I got banned and restricted on Facebook for sharing too much of missing person stuff. So, Ricky, can you get it shared on the group? I don't know if either one of the other girls got it shared over there. Can you see
Okay.
if it did? Because I got a big rejection when I had it on there. So,
Mm.
yeah. So that's how my week's been. I got a banded restriction. Facebook won't tell me why, but I cannot share to my group. But I do share to my page, and I do have other advocates that are sharing out the flyers as well. And I do have flyers out on my personal page. Um, Hopefully, they're going to let me off on Sunday around 2ish, they said, but I don't know. So I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad that flyers aren't getting out for a family and for law enforcement that have requested it. But if you guys check out the page, they are on the page, and I do have some advocates that have been sharing flyers, and I have a ton more flyers that need to get out. That I will probably try to get out later on tonight or in the morning. But sorry about that. I don't know why they're restricting me, but only thing I do is missing person stuff. So hopefully they will release me from Facebook jail.
Right.
So were you able to get it shared over there?
I'm working on it, but
And,
every time I try to, it asks me if I want to switch my profile, and it's like, no, I just want to share it.
right. And then getting it over on your page on KMU.
That's what I'm working on here.
But
Want me to share
comment,
it?
let us
Yes, I
know that
sure
you
will.
guys are here. And I do really appreciate all the support. I know a lot of the families are out there. They're sharing not only their families, their flyers, but they're sharing other families. And I think that's great that you guys are all coming together and supporting each other with your missing persons. So, we have
Yeah.
a very dear friend of mine, Josh Tweet, is watching tonight. Thank you, Josh. He says, keep up the good work. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. I'm going to go ahead while Ricky's
I know.
working on that um, and go ahead and start with our first case. This is a case that I have been running every week. Did you need something, Ricky?
No, I just finally got it over there. Finally on Kansas Mississippi. Took me a little bit
Okay.
as my
All right.
computer's being nice and slow.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start out with our first case. This is a case that we run on the
All
show
right.
every week. This is Melissa Ann Trumpy. She is missing from Shannon, Illinois. She's been missing since October 26th of 2021. She is 37 at the time of disappearance. She is now 38. She's 5'10", 163 pounds, blonde hair and blue eyes. She has the following piercings: her nose, her upper lip, 3 studs on her right cheek, and 4 in her left cheek. She does have multiple tattoos, which I do have pictures there at the bottom of her flyer. She has a heart in the middle of her chest and swallow birds that are up towards her shoulder. Her left thigh with a skull with other multiple tattoos, which cover her leg. Her right arm has lotus flowers and a koi fish, and on her back with footprints with names and dates. Melissa was last seen in Monroe, Wisconsin, traveling to Shannon, Illinois with her boyfriend at the time. She was last seen wearing a black Michael Kors jacket with unknown colored shirt underneath, blue jeans that had holes, and unknown colored shoes. Melissa and her boyfriend were driving in her silver Toyota Tundra, which was located the next day, abandoned on Bolton Road, which was in Stevenson County, Illinois. All of Melissa's belongings were still in her car. Melissa has not been seen or heard from since. It is out of the ordinary for her to not have contact with loved ones or not to be with her children. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance. Melissa had told a friend prior to her leaving Shannon that she did not feel safe leaving with her boyfriend. Also, there had been some domestic violence history with her case. So if you have any information regarding Melissa's disappearance or know her whereabouts, please call the Greene County, Illinois Sheriff at 608-328-9400 or Greene County, Illinois Crime Stoppers at 800-422-7463 or the Carroll County, Illinois Sheriff at 816-244-2633. Her case numbers are G21-08630, 21-00015-341, or she is in NamUs MP 85898. I know that her family is wanting to get her home, and she does have a page out in support of her being missing. So if you guys ever want to check out Melissa Trumpy, Bring Melissa Trumpy Home, that is out as Facebook as well. Hopefully they can find something in case her ex-boyfriend is in jail currently, but it is not involving Melissa.
Yeah.
So he has been in there for a while. They lowered his bond down to $25,000, I believe. But the family has been trying to keep him in jail because he does have pretty dangerous history.
Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully we will get him home. All right, our next case is out of South Dakota. This is Bo Duran. He went missing on December 29th, 2022. He was 28 years old. He is 5'10", 172 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Bo's disappearance or his whereabouts, please call the Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605-394-4131. I recently just talked to Rapid City, South Dakota law enforcement. They have asked me to help them put out flyers and stuff for their cases to help them get people located. So I have a lot of flyers out right now on Rapid City. So when you guys see those, if you guys would please share, law enforcement is asking for help. One thing that law enforcement did tell me, which I did not know, is they have a digital billboard, I guess, in Rapid City for missing people. I didn't know that. So I thought that
neither.
I wish every state would have it, that we could get
Definitely
stuff out. So if there's anybody out there that wants to do a project, that would be great to get digital billboards just for the missing.
Yeah, it would be.
And
Hey,
we have Kelly saying hello. Hope you are doing well.
How are you and Scarlett doing tonight?
Okay. Our next case is another case out of South Dakota. Ricky, do you want to cover Amelia?
Sure. Amelia Bordeaux, missing from Rapid City, South Dakota since October 27th of 2022. She's 17 years old, 5'9", 135 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She last seen wearing sweatpants and a black hoodie. If you have any information regarding Amelia's disappearance, or you know her whereabouts, please call the Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605-394-4131 and see if we can't help get Amelia located and back to where she needs to be.
And you guys can feel free to comment at any time, letting us know that you're here. If you have any questions on any of the cases, Kelly saying we are good. We are still getting over COVID, but we're going out tomorrow for the first time in a while. How are you all?
Doing pretty good, Kelly. Enjoying my week off from work. Took a week off just to kind of relax and get stuff done around here.
Glad that you guys are feeling better.
Definitely. That stuff's just not fun to mess with.
So the next case we're going to do is Anthony Ross Allen. He is missing out of Fort Smith, Arkansas on October 1st, 1978. He was 16 At the time of his disappearance, he is now 60. His height was 6'2", 135 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. He does have a small mole underneath his left eye near his nose, and he had a cyst on his calf of his leg at the time of his disappearance. Anthony had left his mother's home, who lived in Fort Smith, Arkansas, to go live with friends in Cedarville, Arkansas. The friend said that Anthony had lived there for about 3 months, and then he moved with another friend to live with their friend's uncle in Hartsholme or McAlester, Oklahoma. When the uncle heard that the police were looking for the boys, he asked them to leave. After leaving the friend's uncle's house, they had moved in with a man who had helped shelter transients and runaways. When the police came to the man's house on a different manner, Anthony took off. Police later were unable to confirm that Anthony had ever been in Oklahoma. Anthony could have went back to the Fort Smith area, but loved ones have never had contact with him, and he has not been seen since. Anthony had been classified as a runaway due to him periodically disappearing. However, he has never been gone for long periods of times, and he always stayed in contact with his family. In 1980, the Fort Smith, Arkansas Police Department reclassified him as a missing persons case and do suspect that there is foul play in his disappearance. If you have any information regarding Anthony's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Fort Smith, Arkansas Police Department at 479-709-5125 or 479-785-4221. His case number is 04-001-12372. He is in NamUs, and his case number there is MP1. So hopefully something will come about with locating him, because it does sound kind of suspicious with his disappearance that he hadn't been seen. And we have Nikki in the house, and for Free Russia, she said red alert is strictly for Oklahoma missing Indigenous people cases. This is how we decipher if they are Oklahoma cases that started by a coalition, just wanting to make sure we are all on the same page. All right, thank you, Nikki, for that. And we will work on that. Our next case is out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is Constance Carver. She went missing July 26th of 2022. She is 16 years old, 5'3", 200 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Basically, that is all the information that I could find on Constance. So if you have any information regarding Constance's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department at 414-933-4444. She is in the National Children's Missing and Exploited Children's, and her number is 1466314. Do you want to do Demetrius?
Sure. Yeah, Demetrius Scott, missing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin since November 23rd, 2022. He's 12 years old, 4'9", 100 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He may go by the name DJ. He may still be in the Milwaukee area or travel to Illinois. If you have any information regarding Demetrius's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department at 414-933-4444 or National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678 and see if we can't get Demetrius located and back to where he needs to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of people missing out in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I was trying to cover a lot of their cases. Have been asked a lot about getting those shared and stuff because they're not getting very much movement on them.
That's not good.
No, it's not. So the next flyer that we are going to look at case is one we do every week. This is Abby Rain Schaefer, missing out of Kansas City, Missouri on May 23rd, 2022. She was 22 at the time of her disappearance. She is now 23. She is 5'2", 120 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She does have a birthmark on her forehead. She does have her nose, lip, and ears are pierced. She has multiple tattoos, which you can see below on her flyer. Abby went missing from her home around 12:40 p.m. on May 23rd when she got into an unknown gray car with an unknown male who was sitting outside her house for over 6 hours prior. She was last seen on a door camera coming in to get her cat, and you can see that picture of her walking in there below on her flyer. She was last seen wearing that tan crop shirt, black leggings, and Nike sandals. The car and the cat have both been located. I have no further information about the male individual who was driving the car. That has not been released anymore, other than the fact that the car has been located and her cat has been located and returned back to her family. Abby's phone had pinged in many places the day of her disappearance, but has had no activity since the day that she went missing, and there has been no activity on social media. It is not like Abby to not have contact with her loved ones or be on social media. Abby was last known to be taken to an address in South Kansas City, Missouri, where she was observed entering an address but never exiting. The police have searched that area as well, so there has been searches out for her. If you have any information regarding Abby's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, Sex Crime / Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5220 or Missouri State Highway Patrol Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 866-362-6422. Her case number is KC 22035898. She also is in NamUs MP 94235. She does have 2 pages set up. The Voice of Abby Rain Schaefer, if you want to follow anything about her case. But as of right now, that is all that's being released on her. But I know law enforcement is very active on her case, trying to get her located.
Hopefully they can get her located.
Right. MMIP Advocate, just FYI for future reference, we use the red alert on Oklahoma missing Indigenous people cases to differentiate the Oklahoma cases from the other. The red handprint is still used on all Indigenous people's cases. Just wanted to make sure we are all on the same page.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Going to make me change a lot of flyers. A lot of flyers. But I appreciate that. So I want to definitely make sure that it's right. So thank you very much for that. All right. The next case, Ricky, do you want to do Destiny Rockwell Chapel?
Yep. Yeah, Destiny Rockwell Chappelle, missing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin since June 23rd of 2022. She was 16 when she went missing. She's now 17. She's 5'4", 135 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Destiny's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department at 414-933-4444 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678 and see if we can't get Destiny located and back to where she needs to be. Hopefully she's all right. We just need to find out and get her back to where she's supposed to be.
Right. A lot of these guys have been gone for quite a while.
Yeah, they have.
This is Eric Love. He is missing out of Richmond, Virginia. He has been missing since September 14th, 2022. He was 16. He is 5'6", 220 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. Eric was last seen wearing a white t-shirt and blue jeans. If you have any information regarding Eric's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Richmond, Virginia Police Department at 804-646-5100. His case number is V as in Victor A22-3024. So hoping that if he's out there or somebody knows his whereabouts, if you would please have him contact law enforcement and make sure that he is okay and get him back home. The next case is one of Ricky's cases that he has done for Genuine. Do you want to talk about her.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because when I first did her flyer, she was missing out of Parsons, Kansas, and then she was located in Sioux City, Iowa on the 15th of January, and she went missing again on the 16th of January. And she's 16 years old. She's 5'7", 201 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. She does have a hoop ring in the left side of her nose. If you have any information regarding Genuine's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Sioux City, Iowa Police Department at 712-279-6960 and see if we can get her located again and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah, she's definitely gotten far, which
Yeah,
poses some concern of how she's moving about.
yeah, that's for sure.
Iowa is not a safe place to be out and about if you don't know where you're at.
Right?
So, do you want to do Isaiah's next?
Sure. Isaiah Kemp, missing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin since May 8th, 2022. Was 8 years old when he went missing. He's now 9. He's 4 foot tall, 60 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He may be in the company of his mother. Do you have any information on his mom or no?
I don't. I have not gotten any information on the mom, but I will keep looking.
Okay. Well, if you have any information regarding Isaiah's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department at 414-351-9900 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678 and see if we can't get Isaiah located and back to where he needs to be.
Yeah, that's one thing that really bothers me when children go missing, especially young ones, and they think they're accompanied by their parents or somebody else, that information needs to be out as well.
Right.
Because chances are you're probably going to see the parent before you see the child.
Yeah.
So I wish that is something that would change a little bit more. But he's been gone for quite a while, and I've never heard about his case until I came across it. And 8 years old is young to be out there.
Right.
So I'm hoping that everything is okay with him. This next case is another one out of Wisconsin. I was asked to do a flyer. This is John Joseph Ballesteria. Ballesteri, I think is how you say his name. He went missing on September 15th, 2019. He was 36 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 41. He is missing out of Middleton, Wisconsin. He is in between 5'7" and 5'9", 170 to 180 pounds. He has brown hair and hazel eyes. He does have both of his ears pierced. He does have several tattoos. I only have the picture of that one there at the bottom of the screen. He has a skull with hair on his right arm, just to the right of his shoulder, a cross on his lower right arm. He does have his last name in Old English on his back, and 4 to 5 point stars, and his mom/dad banner is on his lower left arm. On his left upper arm, there is a worm with a hat, eyes, and prison bars, and says "Smile now, cry later" mask with stars, which that is that photo below. John was last seen where he was staying on Maple Street in Middletown, Wisconsin by his roommates on September 15th, 2019. He last spoke to his family at September 11th, 2019. He did not take his phone and or vehicle. He has had no contact with his employer or activity on his bank account. He had plans that he was moving back with family during this time. If you have any information regarding John's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call Middleton, Wisconsin Police Department at 608-824-7300 or the Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014. His case number is 17-008763. He is out on NamUs MP 40532. So another case that is kind of weird. No one's seen him, heard from him. He has no activity on his bank accounts. and stuff. And we have Star here from People Don't Just Vanish. It's good to see you, Star. Thanks for joining us. Hope all is well with you. She's another great advocate that's out there promoting missing persons flyers and stuff. She does do them in both Spanish and English. So she is definitely a good resource for anybody to go out and have her help you as well. Do you want to do Johanna Walker?
Sure. It's like Janiyah Walker, missing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin since June 23rd of 2022. She's 15, 5'3", 120 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. Janiyah was last seen wearing an olive green Adidas t-shirt and blue jeans. There looks like the shirt's there up there. She was carrying a large 933-4444 or the 1-800-843-5678 and see if we can't get Janiyah located and back to where she needs to be.
You're kind of breaking up, Ricky.
Am I? I don't know why.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I need to get my computer looked at when I can afford it.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and
there's some speculation. I need to get a new video card and upgrade my memory. So,
yeah. We're going to take a moment to do the located safes, and then we'll be back covering some more cases. It's always good to see the ones that have been located safe.
For sure.
Several of them that I got updated had been gone for several months, so it was really good to see that they had been located. And Kelly says, Ricky, you sound like a really bad robot sometimes again.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'm doing everything I can to make it sound as good as I can make it sound. So hopefully I should get this thing looked at pretty soon.
Right. So another case out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have covered a lot of cases this week. I got flyers out for the Milwaukee area. This is Kyra Johnson. She went missing on May 4th, 2022. She's 17 years old, 5'7", 160 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. All the information that I do have on her currently. If you have any information regarding Kara's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department at 414-933-4444 or NCMEC at 800-843-5678. And that number is 145-2751. Hopefully someone will see this and get her back to where she needs to be.
Yeah, definitely.
And Star says, yes, it's very good seeing that the ones are home safe. It absolutely is. And MMIP Star is asking, can she get a link to your page? She would like to share your flyers as well.
Awesome. That's fine. Yeah.
So,
It's just missing and unsolved backslash, or excuse me, facebook.com backslash Kansas missing and unsolved. Said that backwards.
and then Allie's here. Thank you for truly being the voice of our missing persons nationwide. Thank you for posting and representing the Indigenous hashtag Indigenous Missing. You are most welcome, Allie, and thank you for all the support. Allie has been one of them besides MMIP that they have been helping share flyers while I'm in Facebook jail. So I really do appreciate all the advocates that have been supporting me while I'm in lockup. But that has not stopped me from making flyers. I did make a post today that I will not be silenced. So I do want to continue to help families in law enforcement because I know you guys are counting on us advocates to be able to do that. So I'm hoping Facebook will let me out soon, but I do really appreciate all the support I've gotten from Ricky and the other advocates out there to help continue to share the flyers and stuff to get out your guys' cases. Star did put up her Facebook for anybody that wants to go over and check her out. Nikki's saying free Tatum. Thank you. I was thinking about doing a jumpsuit next week for Facebook jail. I don't know. I just think it's crazy. I know that a bunch of us are dealing with a bunch of spam, and I know I've dealt with people trying to solicit money from families and stuff, and it doesn't seem like those guys are getting in trouble, but then someone that's out trying to do a good cause gets put in Facebook jail. I don't understand it.
That makes no sense.
I know I'm not the only advocate that's gotten put in jail or restricted. So hopefully something would cut loose and they would let me, but they won't respond to any of my comments and stuff. And Nikki said, yes, a jumpsuit would be good. So yeah, I might have to dazzle it up a little bit. I don't know. But I just want to say I appreciate all the families out there sharing flyers, even if it's not their cases. I just think that's wonderful how supportive everybody is with each other with these missing persons cases. And I just cannot thank everybody enough for the support and stuff that they have shown. Someone else has a comment. Here's another one for her too. For Star, for the people just don't vanish. Thank you for sharing that, Star. I appreciate that. The more of us that band together, I think it's great for the support with all of us. So here's a case that I came across, and I guess I feel a little disappointed that there hasn't been more publicity on it. So this is Synergy and Sincere Love. They went missing out of Odessa, Texas on October 28th of 2022. I never heard about this case. I've never seen an alert on this case at all until recently. Synergy Love, it was 7 months old. Height was 2 foot 3 inches, 9 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Sincere was one at the time of the disappearance, 2 foot 10 inches tall, 25 pounds, black hair, and brown eyes. There's absolutely no information on them. I don't know if they're supposedly with a parent. I don't know if they were abducted. I cannot find anything. So I'm still digging on this case. But if you have any information regarding Synergy or Sincere's disappearance, or you know their whereabouts, please call Ector County, Texas Sheriff's Office at 432-335-3050 or NCMEC at 800-843-5678. That number is 1466096. And Synergy is a female and Sincere is a male. So it is a boy and a girl that is missing. And I really just really want to rant about this. These
Only, only thing I see is a couple of YouTubers have done some videos on them, but other than that,
yeah,
one's like a minute and a half long. I don't know about the other one.
there's literally nothing. And I think that is just sad.
Yeah.
But there's more than just the two love children that are out there like that there's no information whatsoever. And for them to be missing from October and they're just now hitting social media and stuff, I just think that's a disservice to our missing. So if you guys could definitely share those flyers, I know that case is not going around very much. So if we could get it out, I will continue to try to look for more information and keep you guys updated. But I wanted to definitely get them out in the face of people and get them shared. So I will keep looking into it. Star said no Amber Alert them. Nope, no Amber Alert. I don't know why they're not doing Amber Alerts anymore.
Interesting.
Because there's been several missing children lately that there's no Amber Alerts. And I don't understand, and that needs to change. I mean, especially two infants. You know, it's not like they just walked out the door by themselves.
Right.
You know, somebody has to have them. Allie is saying no media coverage for these infants. So truly heartbreaking. Absolutely. Very heartbreaking. And Sarah said she hadn't heard of this case either. So
neither have I.
Definitely, we definitely need to get it out and share it everywhere. If everybody can help get them out, that would be great.
Hopefully we can get some more information on them as far as, you know, who they're suspected to be with and that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Do you want to do Madison Loveday out of Massachusetts?
Madison Loveday missing from New Bedford, Massachusetts since August 31st of 2022. She's 17, 5'1", 180 pounds, brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have any information regarding Madison's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the New Bedford, Massachusetts Police Department at 508-991-6300 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678 and see if we can't get Madison located and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I've found a lot of cases out there that, you know, being gone for 6 months is quite a long time or more. So hopefully we can get some of these cases shared and get people located. One good thing that I wanted to share today is I did have a flyer out on an individual. It was a juvenile, and she contacted me today on my personal page. She told me that she had seen her flyer and she just wanted to let me know that she is back home with family and she's doing well and that she had made sure that she got her case closed, but she just wanted me to know that she was appreciative that we had put out a flyer and that she is okay and she is safe. And I thought that was great that she reached out, and that, you know, meant a lot to me that she reached out because she didn't have to. But I thought that was some good news to share with you guys, that I did have a juvenile reach out and say, hey, I just want you to know I'm okay. And I did what I needed to do to close my case out. And of course, I double checked and she is right. She is no longer missing. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool for someone to reach out like that, especially a juvenile, and that she's doing well. So I thought that was some good news to share with you guys. This next case is Manuel Valentino Frank Malona. Malona. He
Molina.
is Molina. Okay.
Yeah.
I really need to work on pronouncing people's names. Um, he has been missing since April 9th, 2018, out of Catalina, Arizona. He was 20 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 24, 6 foot tall, 160 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. His hair was a short buzz cut when he went missing. He may also go by the name Tino or Valentino Darkboon. He does have his ears pierced. He has tattoos of a star on both of his elbows. He has Ashton on the left side of his chest. There are pictures of these below on his flyer. He has the anarchy symbol in red and black on his right calf. He has the Acme symbols on his right and left forearms. He has a tattoo of the Cheshire cat from the Alice in Wonderland on his ribs. He has had no contact or activity on his social media. He did have his phone at the time of his disappearance. He does not have his ID due to it and his backpack had been stolen prior to him going missing. He is considered missing under suspicious circumstances, and it is not ordinary for him to not have contact with his loved ones or with his child. If you have any information regarding Manuel's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Pima County, Arizona Sheriff's Department at 520-651-4600. His case number is 1-804-173-16, or he is in NamUs MP 50426. I know his family would love to see him come home. Do you want to do Mitchell out of Missouri?
Yeah, we put it on the screen.
There you go.
Yeah, Mitchell Hamels is missing from Kansas City, Missouri since January 2nd, 1996. He was 37 when he went missing. He'd now be 64. He is 5'6" to 5'8", weighs between 160 and 200 pounds, has brown hair and green eyes. He's last seen leaving his residence in the vicinity of Gladstone Boulevard and St. John's Avenue, Kansas City. He was wearing a red Chiefs jacket and blue jeans. If you have any information regarding Mitchell's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department at 816-234-5136 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 866-362-6422 and see if we can't help get Mitchell located and see if he's okay. I mean, it's been a long time. Hopefully
A
he's,
long time.
Living a good life somewhere, but see if we can help get him found.
Right. And Nikki says that's beautiful. Yeah, it was. It definitely brightened your day if you're having a bad day and you hear something like that. So yeah, I was really surprised. And then Allie saying it's so important to reach out and clear your case number so we can officially remove the case from the database if you are in fact not missing. She is right. I know, Ricky, if you want to share about the fact that you've been contacted by people before that found out when they were trying to get jobs that their future employers found out that they were missing.
Right. I've had people message me and ask me if I could remove flyers because, this is after they were located, obviously. They wanted their flyers removed because they were trying to get jobs. And for some reason, them having a missing history is getting a job, it's making it hard for them to get a job somewhere. So I've been contacted several times over the course of the years, asked, can you take that down? It's really causing me problems. As long as I can verify they were found or I have them updated as located safe, yeah. Sometimes they even want the located safe taken down, so which I'll do. If they want me to, I will.
But
I didn't realize that would cause a problem, but I guess it does.
That is one thing. We won't take down flyers unless we know for sure law enforcement has had contact with them and closed the case.
Yep, definitely.
But, yeah, that was interesting when you told me about that they were trying to get a job and the flyer was causing a problem for them to get a job. So, yeah, something to think about.
I don't see how, but I guess, especially if it's like when they were a teenager and they're like in their early 20s now, I don't see where it caused a problem.
Right.
we grow up and get past all that. So I mean,
Right.
so I don't know.
So we have another comment that is, I had no idea that missing could keep you from getting a job, but that is a good thing. I'm happy they are tracking those cases. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one person told me they were having trouble with that, and people were questioning them about it, and they just didn't really want to go into it. So, could I
Right.
remove it? And I'm like, yeah, as long as I know they were found, and or if I have it located safe, I'll even take that down. Like I say, if they want the located safe to come down.
Right. So we do have a couple more cases to share. If you guys have any questions, any more comments that you guys want to do, if you have cases out there you want us to look into, please let us know. But I am going to go ahead and do this next case. This was a case that came to me that someone asked me if I would do a flyer. I know that his family is desperate to get some answers to see what has happened to Ryan. So this is Ryan Christopher Wilfie. He is missing out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin on April 4th, 2022. He was 36 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 37, 5'10", 165 pounds, sandy blonde hair, blue eyes. He is known to have a goatee or a mustache. He does have a tattoo on his upper left arm that says "Long Hard Road of Struggle and Pain," and that is in the picture there below. His story is pretty interesting. Ryan was last seen by his ex-roommate at 3650 South 14th Street on April 4th, 2022 at 3:30 p.m. He had left on foot wearing a black fleece zip-up jacket, black jeans, a blue beanie hat, and brown work boots. He was carrying a blue backpack and a white trash bag. The pictures that are below are actually him that day, and you can see both the backpack and the white trash bag and what he was wearing. That was caught on surveillance footage at that location. Ryan's cell phone was later found in an alley on 8th Street and Oklahoma Street on the following day, April 5th, 2022. The exact location where that was found is unknown. His backpack then was found later that afternoon on April 5th at the residence he was last seen on April 4th, leaning up against the house. Now, how his backpack got back there, and Ryan wasn't there, and how his phone was in this alleyway, we don't know. So if you have any information regarding Ryan's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department, District 1 at 414-935-7405. His case number is 22-096-0093. He is in NamUs MP 91279. So if people could share his flyer, I know his family would really appreciate getting his story out there a lot more. And I'm hearing that some of the Wisconsin cases are having a hard time with law enforcement allowing search and rescue to come in and look for people. So there's a lot of stuff going on in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee and all that, because there's a couple of cases out there that families want searches done, and they're kind of getting some resistance on that. And I'm not really sure why. I haven't talked to law enforcement yet to see what's going on, but they have a lot of water up there and a lot of wilderness. So I'm not really quite for sure. But a couple rescue groups said they won't go unless law enforcement okays them, and they haven't okayed them as of yet.
I understand it a little bit in terms of worrying about somebody potentially contaminating evidence if they should find anything, and that kind of thing. That's why I've always, when people have asked me about searches and doing searches, I always tell them, if you see anything that you feel like might be connected to that person, do not touch it. Take photos of it as it sits, and then find some way to mark the area so you can go out and call police and then bring them back and show them where you found it so they can determine its evidentiary value.
Right. And I know a lot of the search and rescue groups they are so busy right now but there's some really great ones that are out there. So, and Nikki saying just an update on the Hakte Gomez case. And I know, Nikki, I probably chopped his name, and I'm sorry. The police in Arizona are closing his case, so we will be brainstorming on how we can keep pushing for answers. And I'm going to start hammering Streets of Joy because I truly believe they have something to do with his demise and possibility of other Indigenous and other people going missing from there. Nikki, I believe you are talking about these rehab facilities out in Arizona that there are several people that are missing from. And the stories that they're getting from those facilities do not add up. The families do not believe those stories. You know, like not some of them are like not taking their phones, or they wouldn't give back their phones, or there's just so many far-fetched stories out there. But it is a big thing out in Arizona. And I think there's a few in California that I've heard about where these families have taken their loved ones, or their loved ones have been put into these treatment center, and then all of a sudden, nothing. They just vanish. But they have the facilities have no information. Like they'll say, oh, well, they, got into it with somebody else and they just left, but they didn't give them any of their stuff. None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense at all. Or, there's been people, I believe, that have even died possibly in this, and Nikki can correct me if I'm wrong, have died in the facilities, but even those stories don't add up.
Weird.
So Nikki said, yes, that is correct. And then she also said, they said that Hakta died of a fever, and he had a broken jaw, broken teeth, bruises around his wrists from handcuffs, and all over his body or head. And that is true. So very suspicious. Like, how can you say he died on his own accord with pictures that prove something different?
Wow.
And it wasn't like he was a small individual. He was, someone that it would take a lot to get him, down in that thing. So when, I don't know, a picture says 1,000 words. So there is a lot of suspicion on what happened there, but they are definitely keeping it pretty quiet. Star saying, yes, Americans go to rehab in Tijuana, Mexico, which we all know Tijuana, Mexico is not always a safe place to be. And they're never seen again. And you're very correct, Star. They are never seen again. Nikki saying they said they leave, pretty much walk off, but they're getting them high and then they disappear.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories. There's a lot. And she says, we really need to do a special on him. I have tons of information. I know the public would be outraged. And yeah, Nikki, we most certainly can do a podcast just on him, because I know you have shared a lot about his case, and his case does need to be seen. And then Allie put hashtag residential missing and Social Security is a huge issue. Allie is correct. There is a huge issue, I believe, in Arizona right now, where these white vans are going along and they're seeing individuals and they're picking them up, promising them all sorts of stuff. How they can help them, how they can get them, food, all sorts of things. And then they're scamming them from Social Security, or those people go missing. There was an Indigenous lady that went missing, and her sister was able to locate her, but it was along the lines of, these people came and promised her everything, and they were helping her, and basically they were scamming for Social Security or disability. Those are things that definitely need to be addressed, and they need to be out in media. And also, anybody out there, you need to really protect yourselves against these type of predators that are out here preying on people like our homeless or uh, disabled individuals. So there's something that needs to be done, but I know there is a lot in the media right now about those certain things that are going on. Ali also says there are different types of human trafficking. This is one of the ways. You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And then Nikki say, yes, I want to go out there and start calling these people out. This needs to stop. Don't prey on the weak people. That is the lowest of low. And I don't disagree. Something needs to be done.
Yeah.
We have 2 more cases. I'm going to do the next one, and then Ricky, I'm going to let you do the last one.
Okay.
All right. So this was a case that came to me that was asked for me to do a flyer for, and I've had it out for quite a while. This is Charlene Johnson. She is missing out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She went missing on May 1st, 1997. She was 35 years old at the time of her disappearance, and she is now 60. Her height is 5'1", 100 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. She normally had her hair up in a ponytail, and she did on the day that she went missing. She does have her ears pierced. She does have scars that were across all 4 of her fingers on her right hand and a scar on her outer right ankle. She does have several medical conditions. She did go by the name Chocolate or Yogi. Charlene indicated that the night of her disappearance that she was going to go out with a female friend, but she never came home. She was last seen in the vicinity of the 1200 block of South Cars Line in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She was last seen wearing a white sweatshirt, dark blue sweatpants, and black shoes with a buckle on the side. If you have any information about Charlene's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Police Department Special Victims Unit at 215-685-3260 or 215-385-3261. SDD control number is 1997 004173. She has a DC number 1997 01013808. Her case number is 97013808, and she is a NamUs at MP862. I'm hoping that her family will get some information with us sharing the flyers, and someone will come forward about where Charlene is. She's been gone for quite a while.
Yeah.
So
For
hopefully,
sure.
and
Hopefully
I
we can
know,
get some information generated into where she's at.
right? I know her family would greatly appreciate it. And we are going to do our last case. I'm going to let Ricky do it out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, give me the fun name.
You see why I gave it to you.
Yeah.
I think it's Korea.
Chiria. I have no idea. That's that last name. Campagna, I guess. Missing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin since November 10th of 2022. She's 16, 5'7", weighs 142 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. Goes by the name T. She does have a history of seizures. She was last seen at Pulaski High School in Milwaukee on camera after cheerleading, walking back and forth, and disappeared. She has not been active on her social media. Again, she's 16. She's 5'7", weighs 142 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding her disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department at 414-933-4444 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678 and see if we can't get Chiria located and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah, her mom is really hoping that she will come home.
Yeah.
She has really been trying to get her face out everywhere she possibly can.
Right.
Because this is not like her not to be home. And it's really kind of odd that they saw her right after cheerleading and she was just kind of walking back and forth, and then just all of a sudden no one ever saw her again. So I'm hoping with the flyers and the podcast we could get some answers for her mom.
Hopefully.
So If there's nothing else, you guys, that is it for the night. Thank you guys for all of your comments. Thank you for supporting all the families that are out there. A big thanks for all the advocates, all of us that are, I feel, have been joining together, working together, and trying to be a force to find missing people, to speak out for the voiceless, and to keep sharing flyers and grouping together to make changes out there that need to be made with laws, and how people treat the missing. I cannot say thank you enough also to Ricky for being a great support and mentor. And
You're welcome.
as Ricky says, he thinks he unleashed I don't know, what do you always say about
I can't remember what it was now.
he's an animal or something. He's like, I can't remember what he says, but
I think it was a monster or something like that.
Yeah, he feels like he's created a monster with me getting out there. But I know I do appreciate Ricky. Ricky has been out here doing this stuff forever. Please go out and support Kansas Missing and Unsolved. It is a great platform. Ricky does an amazing job. I really cannot say enough about Ricky. So please definitely go out and support his podcast, and share all of his flyers as well. Also, Allie, Nikki, Star, I don't know who else is on here. There's advocates that I talked to or whatever. I couldn't be more blessed with you guys. And having your guys' support and stuff, especially when I'm in Facebook jail, because I am going to bring that up Facebook. Hopefully you'll free me. But and also to the families, I'm so honored when you guys share cases and stuff with me, and you trust us to be able to share your guys' missing loved one's story. And like I said, I will not be silenced. I will continue to do this, and I will continue to support you guys until we can get your loved ones home. And if any foul play is involved, I definitely will help you guys get justice on that as well. But we do have a couple comments that we'll do before we completely close out. And Nikki says, thank you. You are most welcome. Alice said, thank you, Ricky and Tatum. Another great segment. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Star says, thank you. And Nikki, of course, says free Tatum. But I love you all. God bless. I am going to have Ricky do a prayer like we always do at the end of a show. And again, feel free to contact us anytime if there's anything we need to change on flyers. If you have a missing person that you want a flyer out, or if you just need someone to be there to support and be a listening ear. So thank you guys again, and I will stop talking now. So Ricky, if you will give us a prayer, that would be great.
Yeah, Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together tonight to go over these missing persons cases. And as I always pray, I just pray that these flyers will reach the right heart and the right people, and they'll do the right thing and call in what they know and help bring these folks home so their families know, where they're at and that they're okay. And until we see each other again next week, everybody, stay safe, be healthy, and amen.
Amen.
I think I was muted.